WKAR presents QuizBusters. Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy counts on us. And by viewers like you. Today, the Trojans of East Jackson take on the Marauders of Ovid-Elsie in the first round of our tournament. Now, here's the host of QuizBusters, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to QuizBusters. Glad to have you along with us. We're in first round tournament action. 32 teams survived the qualification process, and they'll be playing single elimination all the way down to our Grand Championship. More about the Grand Championship at halftime. First, let's meet the teams playing today's game. Starting with the Trojans from East Jackson High School. They are Josh Horn, Kristen Shannon, the captain, Melissa Marente, and on the end, Matt Cruz. The East Jackson advisor is Donna Marente. East Jackson will play the Marauders of Ovid-Elsie High School, and they are Lauren Hunt, Becca Ashmore, the captain, Travis Howe, and Brock Palin. The Ovid-Elsie alternate is Stacy Devereaux, and their advisor is Craig Bowen. Players know, of course, it is single elimination. Now, from here on out, no more worries about seedings or wild cards or any of that nonsense. We're just playing the game. And you also know it begins with the quick 10 toss-up questions to get things going. We're all set to play. Good luck to all players. We start with this, question 1. Nebraska is the only state to have what type of legislature? Lauren, Ovid-Elsie.
Unicameral.
Unicameral is exactly the word, a one-house legislator. Nicely done. Question 2. Finish the Abraham Lincoln quote. Fellow citizens, we cannot escape what? We cannot escape history. Question 3. What's the name of the channel that connects the Pacific Ocean and San Francisco Bay? And is traversed by a famous bridge would be the rest of that. The Golden Gate is the answer. Golden Gate Bridge, of course, there. Question 4. In what country did the rodeo originate? Melissa, East Jackson.
Spain.
Not Spain. No. Ovid-Elsie, you can't confer. Anybody want to try? Brock.
Mexico.
Mexico is the right answer. That's good for 10. Question 5. A Siamese cat is partly white because of what deficiency in pigmentation? Albinoism. It's a Siamese cat is partly albino. Question 6. Name any 2 of the 3 men who commanded armies at the Battle of Waterloo. Lauren, Ovid-Elsie.
Napoleon.
I need one more.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, sorry about that. East Jackson, any ideas? Sort of gave it away when I said we needed one more, and of course, everybody knows Napoleon. Duke of Wellington and von Blücher were the other 2. Question 7. Where does Delaware rank among the 50 states in terms of area? Becca, Ovid-Elsie.
49th.
49th, after Rhode Island, that's right. Question 8. What kind of wild recreation might you enjoy on West Virginia's New River? Melissa, East Jackson.
Whitewater rafting.
Exactly right. Question 9. The Marne, M-A-R-N-E, is the longest tributary of what French river? Becca, Ovid-Elsie.
The Seine.
The Seine is right. Question 10. What city contains a famous area called Covent Garden? Covent Garden is in London. That's it for this quick 10. We got half of them. Half has been about what we've been getting on the quick 10 this season, so no harm there. Ovid-Elsie got 4 of them. East Jackson pulled 1 of them out there. Now the regular game. A correct answer will lead to the bonus questions where you can really score some points. New toss-up for all players. What idiom relating to quadrupeds of the genus Equus means to criticize something that one has been given? Josh, East Jackson.
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
That's exactly what I wanted, yes. Chickens is your bonus category, East Jackson. Got some questions about chickens. Melissa, you'll give me answers. Here's question 1. The name of this enclosure where chickens are confined comes from a Middle English word for basket. Name it.
Coop.
Coop is the right word. Question 2. This term is used to refer to a miniature member of a standard chicken breed. I need your answer. No, don't have it. Bantam is the word for a small version of a chicken. You got 10 for the first one, gives you 30. And a new toss-up for everybody. This term, which in Latin means administration, was used by the Roman Emperor Diocletian to refer to the many districts of his empire. What is this word which today means a district under a bishop's jurisdiction? That is Josh, East Jackson.
Tetrarchy?
No, not tetrarchy. Ovid-Elsie, any ideas? The clue was in the emperor's name, Diocletian, diocese. Diocese is the answer. New toss-up players. The discoverer wanted to name this new planet Georgium Sidus, George's star, after George III, the then king of England. Finally, it was named something else at the suggestion of a German astronomer, Johann Bode. What planet? Lauren, Ovid-Elsie.
Neptune?
Not Neptune. No. East Jackson, any ideas? Melissa?
Venus?
Not Venus. Uranus is the answer. Uranus. Lauren, you're right on the right idea. I think you had it kind of figured out there. Okay, pop quiz time. One-on-one action. Each of you answering 3 questions against a single opponent. We're letter combination players is BRO. There it is. BRO will begin all correct responses. Josh from East Jackson and Lauren from Ovid-Elsie will start things off for us. A thin soup made from meat or... Lauren.
Brothel?
I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. I'll clear that. Josh. A thin soup made from meat or chicken stock. Josh.
Broth.
Broth is the word, and Lauren knows the mistake he made. Second question, Josh and Lauren. Let's back in it, Lauren. Here we go. A pamphlet, especially one used to advertise... That's Josh.
Brochure.
A brochure is right. 10 points there. Finally, the street in New York City famed... That's Josh.
Broadway.
For its theater district. That's right. Nicely done, Josh. Kristen now from East Jackson. Becca from Ovid-Elsie. A wild or half-trained horse or pony. Becca.
Bromby?
I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer. I'll clear that. Kristen. A wild or half-trained horse or pony of the American West. Rebecca, excuse me, Kristen.
Bronco.
Bronco is the right answer. That's good. Next for 10. The actor whose films include Dante's Peak, The Thomas Crown Affair, and the last 3 James Bond movies. Kristen.
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan is right. Finally, the world's first steel wire suspension bridge. That's Becca.
Brooklyn Bridge?
The Brooklyn Bridge, spanning the East River in New York City. Melissa now from East Jackson and Travis from Ovid-Elsie are captains. Besides Brooklyn, the other borough of New York City, which fits this, Melissa.
Bronx.
The Bronx is BRO, that's right. Next, an inflammation of either or both of the tubes, which, that's Melissa.
Bronchitis.
Bronchitis, the tubes which lead into the lungs, that's right. And finally, the family name of the 3 writing sisters, known for such works, that's Melissa.
Bronte.
Bronte, and Charlotte and Emily Bronte, the Bronte sisters. Matt now from East Jackson, Brock from Ovid-Elsie. The actor whose films include Inspector Gadget, Godzilla, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. On Broadway right now in The Producers, Matthew Broderick is his name. Next, the 2-word term for devastating despair, disillusionment, or sorrow, especially from disappointment in love. Brock.
Broken heart.
Broken heart, that's right. Finally, a small stream. Brock.
Brook.
Brook, right. That's good for 10, and that's our pop quiz. Had to be very careful on that part. Okay, we're playing for control of the audio bonus now, players. East Jackson with a 40-point lead. New toss-up for all players. In 1980, the Spanish provinces of Álava, Hikusova, and Vizcaya were joined to form an autonomous community of what distinctive ethnic group that has resided there ever since prehistoric times? The Basques. Basque is the answer. Question, new toss-up players. What 4-letter word is defined as to tightly roll up as a flag or sail? Josh, East Jackson.
Fold.
Fold is not right. No, I'm sorry. Ovid-Elsie, Becca.
Furl.
Furl is right, as in, yes, that's good for 10. Roll up as opposed to fold, and of course we think of unfurl when you're waving a flag. Ovid-Elsie, you've got control of the audio category. You're going to hear the sounds first, then we'll ask you some questions, and of course, Travis, you'll give me the answers. Here comes your audio clue for today.
It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden, she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me.
There's your selection, and now here's your first question. Who wrote the lines we just heard?
Edgar Allan Poe.
Edgar Allan Poe did. Annabel Lee, of course. Second question. In a Poe story, an adventurer drops a beetle through one eye of a skull and unearths a fortune. The beetle is the story's title character. Name the work. I need your answer.
Eye of the Boulder.
No. The beetle is the story's title character. The beetle is known as the gold bug. The gold bug was the answer. 10 for Annabel Lee, though, gives you 90 on the game. Pencils for this, players. New toss-up. The vertex angle of an isosceles triangle measures 80 degrees. Find the number of degrees in each base angle of the triangle. Matt, East Jackson.
50.
50's right, 10 points. Just barely ahead of everybody else. Wasn't a hard question, but who was going to get it first? Matt got it for East Jackson. Planets, your bonus category, East Jackson. Sometimes as shorthand, when referring to planets of our solar system, astronomers and others use a symbol for each planet. Name the planet from each short description of its symbol. First, a trident.
Neptune.
Neptune is right. Next, a circle with an arrow pointing up and to the right, the male symbol.
Mars.
Mars is right. 10 points there for 20 now in a sweep. The monogram of the astronomer who predicted its existence. And I need your answer.
Saturn.
Not Saturn. Go way out to the end. Pluto was the answer for the last one. 20 points on your bonus, 140. New toss-up for all players. Which word can mean either a full-grown male deer or a man who attends a social gathering? That is Josh, East Jackson.
Stag.
Stag is right, 10 points. A man who attends a social gathering without being accompanied. East Jackson, your bonus category is the 20th century. Here's your first question. It's multiple choice. Which event in Soviet history occurred when Khrushchev was in power? Which of these events? Cuban Missile Crisis, boycott of Moscow Olympics, Nixon's visit to China, the Afghanistan invasion, or Trotsky's assassination? And I need your answer.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
That's the right answer, 10 points. Which two nations, constitutionally barred from military actions, sent money to support the Allied coalition against Iraq in 1991? I need your answer. No, allies now, but enemies in World War II. Japan and Germany were the two countries. 10 points, 160. We've come to halftime in the game, and a very good game it's been so far. Lots of fast buzzers, lots of correct answers, lots of points on the board already. But we're going to take a break now. The players can relax. I'll talk to our friends watching at home. Our QuizBusters are playing for fun, for pride, and ultimately for prizes. At the end of our season, at the end of the school year, we have some terrific grand prizes for our winners. And here's Dan Bayer to tell you all about those.
QuizBusters is pleased to announce exciting 13th season prizes for our Grand Championship finalists. Our runner-up team will receive offers of up to 5 one-year textbook scholarships from the Student Bookstore. Students accepting these scholarships must enroll for classes at Michigan State University. Some other restrictions will apply. And for the 13th consecutive year, up to 5 students on our Grand Championship winning team will each receive offers of a 1-year in-state full tuition scholarship to Michigan State. These terrific Grand Championship prizes are offered through the continued generosity and support of the Provost, the Student Bookstore, and the Office of Admissions.
And that is awaiting us at the end of the season. We have a long way to go to get there. Somebody's got to run up a 5-game winning streak to take home that grand championship prize. Right now, the game at hand, East Jackson with the lead, but it's been back and forth already today, and we'll probably have a very exciting second half. Players, a pop quiz halfway through, a lightning round will end it. You're playing for control of the video bonus. Here's your new toss-up. Good luck, all of you. How did millionaire John Jacob Astor die in 1912? Matt, East Jackson.
He sank with the Titanic?
It's exactly what happened. Absolutely right. Video bonus for East Jackson. You'll take a look at the picture. You can see it there on your monitors, or you will see it in a moment here on your monitors, and then we'll ask you some questions about it. Here it comes. This is a photo of the great temples of Abu Simbel, S-I-M-B-E-L, S-I-M-B-E-L. Question 1, in what country is it located?
Egypt.
Egypt is right, 10 points. Second question, on what river would you find it?
The Nile.
A safe bet if it's Egypt. That's exactly right. Final question. This is now a World Heritage Site. They were dismantled and relocated in the 1960s when the rising waters of what newly constructed dam threatened their safety. And I need your answer. No, the famous dam in Egypt is the Aswan High Dam. 20 points, though, 180 total. Scores are right as we see them there. We have a new toss-up for all players. Back to the regular bonuses, of course. President Hoover got into the great crash of 1929 in the first year of his administration. What earlier president in the first year of his... That is Lauren Ovid-Elsie.
Hoover?
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. East Jackson, I'll finish. Remember, you can't confer. What earlier president in the first year of his second administration got hit with the Panic of 1893? And 1893 would have been in the Grover Cleveland administration. New toss-up, players. Name one of the 3 women in the only statue that depicts women in the U.S. Capitol Rotunda. I'm sorry, Becca, a little bit late. Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Lucretia Mott, all women suffrage leaders. New toss-up, players. The color of someone with a deep tan is sometimes compared to this metal alloy. That's Becca Ovid-Elsie.
Bronze.
You were in time that time, and you're right. 10 points. Bronze tan. Ovid-Elsie, some catching up to do. Multiple choice bonus category. See how this works for you. Mammal, bird, or fish. I'll name it. You classify it as being a mammal, a bird, or a fish. Your first one is puma, P-U-M-A.
Puma's a type of cat. Mammal.
Mammal's right, 10 points. Next, cassowary, C-A-S-S-O-W-A-R-Y.
Bird.
Cassowary is a bird for 20 points in a nice close game. Rook, R-O-O-K.
Is it bird? Bird.
It is indeed, 20 points. You swept it. Very quick category for you. 50-point game, second pop quiz players. W-I-N will be your letters this time. Josh from East Jackson, Lauren from Ovid-Elsie, W-I-N. Guys, here we go. An opening in the wall of a room or building, which, that's Josh.
Window.
Window, which allows light to enter. That's right. Next, a large, fast merchant sailing vessel, especially one fully rigged. Lauren.
Wind cutter?
Wind cutter's not right. No, I'm sorry. Josh? Right idea. Windjammer. Windjammer is the vessel. Final question. The city in southern Ontario, Canada, which that is Josh.
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg is wrong, though. I'll clear that. Lauren, I'll read it for you. The city in southern Ontario, Canada, which lies across the river from Detroit. Lauren?
Winchester.
No, I'm sorry. Windsor. Windsor. Windsor's the right answer. Tough going there. I know it's right on the tip of your tongue. Kristen now from East Jackson, Becca from Ovid-Elsie. The two-word name for the passage through which air is blown at a known velocity, that's Becca.
Wind tunnel.
Wind tunnel is right, to investigate airflow around an object and so forth. Next, the entertainer, entrepreneur, and talk show host, who is the founder of Harpo Productions. We're so used to just hearing her first name anymore. Oprah Winfrey. Winfrey is her last name. Final question. A machine acting on large oblique veins or sails that radiate from a horizontal shaft. such as the ones attacked in literature? Becca.
Windmill.
By Don Quixote. That's right, windmill. 40-point game. Melissa from East Jackson, now Travis from Ovid-Elsie. To separate desirable elements from undesirable ones, like chaff from, that's Travis.
Winnow.
Winnow is right. Yeah, good job on a tough word. Remove the unwanted portion, the rest of that. Next, the two-word phrase for an officer in the British Royal Air Force who ranks with a lieutenant colonel in the Army, or the title of a popular 1999 air combat computer game. Travis.
Wing Commander.
Wing Commander is the right answer. Good for 10. Final question for the captains. The two-word term for the that's Melissa. Might have been an early buzzer there. Sorry about that, Melissa. Travis, I'll read it for you. The two-word term for the index that determines the relative temperature based on the effects of blowing air on human flesh. Travis?
Wind chill.
Wind chill is right, the wind chill factor. Matt from East Jackson, now Brock from Ovid-Elsie. The name adopted in 1917 by the British ruling house. Brock.
Windsor.
The House of Windsor, that's right, we're tied. Next, the musical group of the 1970s, founded by Paul McCartney following his breakup with the Beatles. Your teammates are going to be talking to you about this later. Wings was the name of his group. Final question for Matt and Brock. A lightweight jacket offering little protection. Matt.
Windbreaker.
A windbreaker jacket. That's right for 10. And that 10 points gives East Jackson the lead right now. The next time we hear the fanfare, we're going into the lightning round. Right now, some key toss-up questions for control of bonus. New toss-up, all players. What Japanese electronic company's name is a combination of the Greek word for all and the Latin word for sound? Becca, Ovid-Elsie.
Sanyo.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. East Jackson, Melissa.
Samsung.
Panasonic. Panasonic is the answer. New toss-up players. Published in 3 volumes, the first appearing in 1867, it predicted that in the end, all wealth would be concentrated in the hands of a few, and that this system would end with a revolution. What is this monumental study in political economy that served as the theoretical basis? That is Lauren Ovid-Elsie.
Communism?
I'm sorry, that's wrong. I'll clear that, East Jackson. I'll finish it for you. What is this monumental study in political economy that served as the theoretical basis of modern socialism and communism? It served as the basis of communism. The book was Das Kapital. Das Kapital. New toss-up players. IBM first coined this term in 1964 to describe a brand of typewriters. The MTST, magnetic tape selectric typewriter, boasted about this because it used magnetic tapes to store pages of text. Travis, Ovid-Elsie.
Floppy disk.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. East Jackson, I'll finish it. Boasted about this because it used magnetic tapes to store pages of text. What are we talking about? Word processor, another similar term, word processor. New toss-up players. This musical instrument is shaped like a pear with 17 frets. Originating in 18th century Italy, name this instrument used often. That is Josh, East Jackson.
Lute.
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. Ovid-Elsie. Originating in 18th century Italy, name this instrument used often in bluegrass string bands. Brock.
Mandolin.
Mandolin is right. 10 points. Ovid-Elsie's got it. We're very short on time to get to the lightning round. Ovid-Elsie, a key bonus category for you, birds. Identify the following people whose names are the same as those of well-known birds. First, the British outlaw chased by the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Oh, Robin Hood. Yeah. Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, of course, is right. Next, the 19th century English woman considered the founder of modern nursing. I need your answer. I'm sorry?
Nightingale.
Nightingale is right. Florence Nightingale for 20 points. The name used in connection with discrimination against African Americans by legal enforcement or by tradition. I need your answer.
Blackbirding?
No, you're talking the Jim Crow laws. Jim Crow laws, yeah. Tricky one there. 20 points on your bonus. And here we go, a 20-point game. Let's take a look at the scores and remind everybody there we have it. Ovid-Elsie is at 230. East Jackson is at 210. Clearly anybody's contest. The last 60 seconds, players, remember, you score 10 points when you're right, but in the lightning round, if you give me a wrong answer, we take those 10 points back and we move to the next question. The 60-second timer is set. The players are ready. The lightning round begins now. The hammer and the anvil are two small bones found in what part of your body? Lauren.
Ear.
Right. Which of Beethoven's symphonies begins with 3 repeated notes? Becca.
Ninth.
Wrong. What do we call the red thing stuffed inside a green olive? Josh.
Pimento.
Right. Who is the eccentric shop owner in the Roald Dahl book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Josh.
Willy Wonka.
Right. In a pronunciation guide, what unaccented sound is represented by an upside-down letter E? Josh. Wrong. With what sport would you associate legendary coach Pop Warner? Time. What Greek hero of the Trojan War shares his name with a brand of abrasive cleanser? Josh.
Ajax.
Right. What poet wrote "Oh Captain, My Captain" in tribute to, that is Melissa?
Whitman.
Right. What Roman gladiator and slave revolt leader died in 71 BC? Lauren. Right. What is your specific field of study if you are a cytologist? Time is up. Players, listen carefully. That's all right. We are tied at 240. We go back to the regular style of answering toss-up questions. If you are buzz in and you're wrong, I repeat the question for the other team. The first correct answer wins the game. Here we go. On a grocery receipt, what 8-letter word describes the sum of item prices that is Lauren Ovid-Elsie?
Subtotal?
Right. 10 points. Ovid-Elsie, you've won. What 8-letter word describes the sum of item prices before taxes or discounts? Quickly. Beethoven's symphony, the 5th symphony was da-da-da-da. The schwa sound, Pop Warner's football, and I was going to say was the cytologist, Wales, the right answer. I want to thank both teams. We are very short on time. Thank you both for a great game. Ovid-Elsie, we'll see you back here later. For all of us on QuizBusters, I'm Matt Ottinger. Enjoy.
Production of QuizBusters is made possible in part by Consumers Energy, building Michigan's future by supporting excellence in education. Consumers Energy, count on us. And by viewers like you. Book Scholarship Awards for QuizBusters are provided by SBS, the student bookstore, located at 421 East Grand River Avenue in East Lansing. For more information about QuizBusters or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit